welcome to our review on food additives. When we're talking about food additives, what we're actually referring to are substances that have been added to food to improve its properties. So you need to remember 4 types of additive for your exam and what they do. So our first one on the list are the antioxidants, and what they do is they stop food reacting with oxygen in the air to stop it going off. Second one are the food colours, which give food the improved colour and make it more attractive and appealing. The flavour enhancers, as the name suggests, improve the flavour of our food. And the emulsifiers are the ones that are going to stop oil and water separating out when they've been mixed together in a food. So on the far right hand side of that table, I've given you examples of each of those as well. If we consider what happens to some of our foods when they're left out, if we've got food that contains fat, then what we'll find is that those fats become oxidized. Now, obviously, oxidized means they're going to react with the oxygen in the air. When they do this, then those fats start to change and they then develop this very unpleasant rancid taste. Now, if we've added antioxidants to that food, it stops those reactions from happening and therefore stops the food from going off when it comes into contact with the oxygen in the air. If we think about the emulsifiers in a little bit more detail now, we already know that emulsifiers help oil and water mix and to not separate out. So one of the foods that contains these emulsifiers is mayonnaise. So we've got this emulsifier in our mayonnaise to stop the oil and water that actually are found inside it from separating. So what it actually does is it improves the texture of it, making it thicker and less likely to separate. Because it's not going to be particularly appealing if you go to the fridge, get your jar of mayonnaise out and it's actually in 2 distinct layers. You don't really want to get something out and have to mix it together before you eat it. No one particularly likes that. So this emulsifier that's been added has got 2 ends to it. We've got the hydrophilic end, which is the water liking or water loving end, and the hydrophobic end, which is the water hating. So if you think about phobias, we don't really like those things. Hydrophobic just means it really doesn't like water. So I've given you a diagram of that emulsifier molecule at the bottom there. And it's down to the action of these emulsifiers that we will see the oil and water staying mixed in those different foodstuffs.